What's up, world? This is ChangeZ, and this is East Cakalak TV. And I hope this video finds you in good spirits. If not, hopefully you'll get there soon. A few things on my mind, y'all, that I want to talk about. The first thing is, just know who you are. Know who God made you to be. And know that He made you to be who you are for a reason. And we live in a world where if you don't know any better, it'll make you feel like you're a nobody if you don't fit into this crowd or roll with this clique or in this particular organization or whatever. But it's all, I ain't knocking those things. If that's good, you rolling with people that, y'all on the same page, y'all got the same mindset, and more importantly to me, the same move off the same heart muscle, because that's a big deal for me. I can't just be a part of something just because. Understanding that it wasn't, how can I say this? Just on a general level, I'm all about the betterment of humanity, which basically means I wish the best for everybody. I would always try to help somebody before I would try to hurt them. If I got some information about something and I know this person, there's someone else who doesn't have that information I have, I'm the type, I'm gonna put them up on game. And you know what I'm saying? Because as opposed to trying to take advantage of them. We live in a world where majority of people would try to take advantage of that, as opposed to look at that as a opportunity to help somebody or put somebody else up on game, and understanding that God is going to repay you for that. You understand? So, that kind of irks me, but people going to do what they do and be who they be. You know what I'm saying? So, but just know who you are, know your own worth. If God gave you a talent, He gave you that to use it for your own betterment and for the betterment of others, to inspire people. You understand? So, just, don't feel, especially for young people, your brains haven't formed all the way. You don't really know totally what's going on in this world. A lot of us as adults still ain't figured it out. But just never be scared to be yourself, man. With that being said, it's gonna have some kickback. People might talk about you, they might look at you strange, whatever. People do a lot of projecting. And in a nutshell, projecting is saying something about you that really applies to them. It's really an insecurity that people have within themselves, but they'll never say, oh, I'm insecure. But they really are. I've seen this so many times with people that have way more than I have on a material sense. May have a better job, better vehicle, all that stuff. But they still hating on you. And if you ain't emotionally intelligent, you'll feel some kind of way about that. But see, I done been through this so much in my life where people know I'm good people. They know I ain't about the BS, man. I've been like this. It ain't no, tricky stuff about it. Ain't no hidden agendas, ain't none of that. But nevertheless, I have dealt with so much spiritual warfare and kickback. Just because I am who I am, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared to be myself. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are scared to be themselves, but they ain't gonna say that. They'll just have that passive-aggressive behavior. You know what I'm saying? Acting funny, saying little smart remarks and stuff like that. And understand, body language is 85% of communication. At least that's what they say. And there's a lot of truth to that. I don't think nobody actually knows the percentage of that, but you get where I'm going. And so, just know who you are, man. Don't be scared to be yourself. All right, y'all, had to stop the video for a minute, but we're gonna continue. Next thing I'm gonna talk about is this particular platform that you're watching me on right now. For those that don't know, Google owns YouTube. Google is a $1 trillion company. So pretty much their money is endless. You understand what I'm saying? So, which I don't believe in counting nobody else's pockets unless it affects me. So in this situation, it does affect me. Let me tell you how. You know, supposedly you have to have a certain amount of subscribers and a certain amount of views. I get it, that makes sense. But just understand that people can control these things behind the scenes. I know it for 1,000% fact. They can manipulate everything. They've done it so much. I've seen countless times in real time where my views have just... One time I was looking at one of my videos, and you know, normally when you well for me, I upload a video, I don't just kind of like pay attention to it. I just kind of upload it and come back and check later. But in some situations, I'll just sit there and, you know, see what it do. And so just countless times where I upload a video and I've seen the views going up pretty quick. And I've seen in real time where they just, pew, they'll just cut my video, take like 50, 60 video views off, just like that in real time. I've seen it with my own eyes. I mean, this is crazy. They can just manipulate and do anything how they want to do. You know, you live in a world where they say, well, if you don't like this or that, this job or that job, then, you know, do your own thing. Pick yourself up by your bootstraps, blah, 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 blah. I've done that. I've been doing this so long, man. You know, just trying to do my own thing. I ain't gonna say doing my own thing. But I just constantly deal with blockages of people just trying to stop what I'm here for. But I understand ultimately what God got for me, can't nobody take from me. But I just want to understand. So if you think I got a chip on my shoulder, it's kind of, sort of. But the chip should be there. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to just like walk around angry and this, that, and the other. But I'm going to express myself about this, man, because I know y'all don't understand the magnitude of what's going on, or what a lot of us do, because there are other videos on this platform. There's a lot of them talking about how this platform is doing people dirty. You know what I'm saying? So just understand, like, I got ads. First of all, like I said, you're supposed to have a certain amount of subscribers and views and all that. Like I said, understood. But you start showing ads on my videos. If I get 100 views, not on the mixes, because, you know, a lot of that's copyrighted material, so I ain't expecting nothing out of that. That's just something I do for the love and just to bring some attention to the channel. So I get that. But all the other type of videos that I do, if it gets over 100 views, they immediately start showing ads on it. I done seen this so many times, I can't keep up with it. And this has been over the last few years. And I've never got one penny from any of these companies. I'm talking about $1 billion companies. How is that fair from any stretch of the imagination? It's crazy, especially when they can just sit and manipulate the numbers however they choose. Of course they're gonna do it to benefit them. It's a no-brainer. That's what's been going on, that's what's going on. So, you know, a lot of people praise these companies because of their net worth and how much they're worth and all that. I mean, but they don't understand so much of this money is stolen money. You're basically, don't get me wrong, in any business, I feel like any business transaction should be good for both parties. No matter who it is, you can interchange whoever. If it's a business partnership, both of us should walk away from that satisfied. You understand what I'm saying? And knowing what the terms of it is or whatever. So, once again, y'all, now I want y'all to just really think about that. Over years now. I think I've started the channel maybe 5, 6 years ago, but really started getting into making the videos, we'll say 3, 4 years. You know what I'm saying? But I have, especially, you know, I don't use my other channel a lot, ChangeZCustumz, my other channel. I haven't really put as much into that channel as I should, and I'm gonna get back to that. But I had one particular video that I put on that channel, and it's got well over 1,000 views. It don't even say the actual count, it just says 1K plus. But they've been showing ads on that video for years, at least 3 years, and I get nothing out of that. So who's benefiting from that? The ones that already got billions and trillions. You understand what I'm saying? And I get nothing out of it. So they using the exact people that's help building this platform to be what it is the people you taking advantage of. This type of thinking is stupid to me. My thing is, let's say I'm the owner of something and I got people working for me and they doing a good job and doing what they supposed to do, I'm gonna be appreciative of that. I'm gonna be grateful for that, because you understand that's a rare thing. That's hard to find. You understand what I'm saying? So, and anyway, if it's benefit me, I want you to be benefited so we can keep this thing going. You understand what I'm saying? But obviously a whole lot of people, corporate America don't think like that. You just a number, you just somebody to use. They feel like you interchangeable with anybody, which is the dumbest thinking. And then that also leads me to talking about these 9-to-5 jobs, man. Quote unquote 9-to-5, whatever your shift is, it don't matter. I mean, it is, y'all can, first of all, y'all can search right on this platform what it's like for a chosen one to work a 9-to-5. A lot of y'all hear that term chosen ones, and it is thrown around a little bit too much. But it does apply to a whole lot of us. And first of all, to me, the first thing, you got to have a relationship with God, a one-on-one relationship with God, to even consider you to be in that category at all. And then with that, you know, also being a chosen one, part of that is knowing you have a purpose and knowing what your purpose. You might not know all the way what the details of how your purpose gonna play out, but you got a pretty good idea of what your purpose is. He set you apart. He put different stuff inside of you than the average person for a reason. You didn't ask for it. None of us asked for this. He put it in us. So, you know, and it's the true narrow road. It's the true hard road. We're the ones that truly walk the life of Jesus Christ when he was here in the physical form. And the people that, and I hate to go here with this, y'all, but the people of the modern church today would be the ones casting the stones at God back then, because they don't realize who God really is. They didn't believe that was God. You understand? It's the same thing with us. We're not calling ourselves God, but we live that life as far as like getting chastised and people just poking the bear with you all the time. Even when they know you're a good person, they try to make a reason to hate you. Make a reason to, I mean, when I tell you every job I go to, pretty much every job I go to, it's the same thing, man. I'm about doing my job. I'm about being peaceful. I ain't going there to cause no problems with nobody. But I ain't taking no disrespect. And see, that's a big issue for some people that just feel like they gotta use their title to throw their weight around or make you feel inferior. I'm never gonna feel inferior. I've been homeless. I might be homeless again, who knows? Might be soon, who knows? I ain't speaking that in the fruition. God knows I ain't, but you know, it's real right now. I ain't even gonna front. But I just walk with a certain level of faith, man. I know God got me here for a reason. I know all the stuff I went through is for a reason. The only thing I do is just be the best me I can be. I treat people with respect because I deserve respect. So I can't want respect and not treat others with respect. But y'all know everybody don't think like that, and I don't expect everybody to think like that, but it ain't changing how I feel. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, man, I go on these jobs, man, and it's just like I already go into it with a certain conscience. Lord, I just want to thank you for this job. I'm going to go ahead and do what I got to do, keep my peace, learn my job to the best of my ability. And in every case, it might be a little couple of bumps and bruises initially, but I always master whatever I'm doing. Not to be some know-it-all. I don't care about none of that. You know, my ego ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? I got an ego, but it's a healthy ego. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, people just like have these little, I don't know what it is. Like, if I'm a supervisor or manager, I'm gonna be very happy or grateful to have somebody that's doing their job and want peace and just doing what they gotta do and want to go home, ain't with all the extra stuff. But these people, man, they just such egomaniacs, man. I don't know. I can't really, because it don't make no sense to me, so I can't really say what's going on with them. But I know something is off. I mean, when I tell you the last 3-4 jobs I went to, it's the same thing replaying in a different way. And I did what I was supposed to do, be there every day, on time, and people just want to nitpick at you. And I just want to say one thing too. In a lot of cases, I'm a middle-aged man now, so I've gone to jobs and the supervisor may be younger than me. In a few cases, it's been that way. That don't bother me. I know how to humble myself. Even though I know I might know more about life than you might know the details of this job more than me. Cool. You should. You've been here already longer than me. So, and cool, like I said, I can humble myself for any situation that I walk into, and I can adapt and adjust to any situation that I'm going to. But some people just have these, I don't know if it's just unhealed trauma. I know that's what it is in a lot of cases. Unhealed trauma from childhood. I don't know all what it is. But people just, I don't know, man. It's just, people just got a problem with you, man. If you're gonna have a problem with somebody, let it be legitimate, man. Because somebody really did something to you, tried to bring you some harm, tried to slander you when you didn't deserve it, which are things that have all happened to me, still happening to this day. A motherfucker can say they don't like you, don't have no legitimate reason why. And there's a whole lot of stuff I can say about some people, man. If I chose to be a name-dropping MF, I would be the best in the world, because I could say some stuff and give specific details, because I ain't gonna just randomly say something about anybody. First of all, I don't get off on gossiping at all. If I go into that situation, you gossiping about this, that, and the third, I don't even want to be around it. I don't even want to hear it, because I know how this go. People want to involve you in something. Some people so trifling and tricky that they'll come up to you and start talking about somebody else, right? Just to get you to say something. And even though they the one started the whole thing, and if you say anything to feed into what they saying, they'll go mess around, go back to that person, say you said this, that, and the other, and they the one who started the whole thing. That whole triangulation foolishness. It's just stupid, man. You ain't benefiting from it. Nobody in the other parties are benefiting from it. You think you benefiting from it, but you really, I guess the person that's the leader of that situation, obviously give them some type of feeling to feel like they doing something and you earning some stripes in some kind of way. I don't get it. It's ridiculous, man. Please let's stop that, y'all. Another thing, man. Y'all know this. You heard this. This the divide and conquer thing, man. You know, this Willie Lynch syndrome been going on for hundreds of years, and we still allow this to go on, man. How long are we gonna keep hating on? I'm talking to my people now. How long are we gonna keep hating on each other and competing with each other? Why are you competing with a person that ain't competing with you? Give me the rationale behind that. I love somebody give me a good explanation as to why the people do that. I don't get it, man. Now, if we having a friendly competition, we both understand that's what it is, it's all good, man. It's a beautiful thing. You know, you keep it in the right spirit, keep it in the pocket, you understand what I'm saying? But just being mad and competing with somebody that ain't competing with you, God made you to be you. God made me to be me. You understand? So, I just don't get this, how we come at each other. Wow, another race of people. It is what it is, man. I ain't about to pretend for nothing. Y'all know what it is. Runs off with the bag, and we both sitting there looking crazy. You understand what I'm saying? So, we just got to do better, people. I love my people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying this. You know, people that love you should tell you the truth, even if it hurts. But then it just boils down to how they tell you. Tell you in a respectful manner, something for my own good, man. I appreciate that, man. I see. And step back and look at yourself in the situation and analyze it. Okay, this person really wished the best for me. They only telling me this because they want me to be better. And you appreciate that and move on. Don't none of us have all the answers. You know, I don't mind humbling myself in any situation. Somebody feel like they telling me something, even if whatever they're telling me ain't really benefiting me or for my betterment, if they think in their heart what they're telling me is for my good, I'm gonna humble myself. I'm gonna be like, appreciate it, man. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just something, man. It's a real sickness, man. We gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this. We were much closer as a people back in the 60s, 50s, and 60s, man. We owned more back then, percentage-wise, than we own now as a people. So something is really wrong with that picture. You know what I'm saying? I know drugs coming into our communities in the late 60s that was like a big kickstart to the division between us. You know what I'm saying? But it's just really got out of hand on another level, man. We got to stick together. We need each other, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I still feel like it's very important for you to know who you are as an individual. Like, I love humanity as a whole. I'm always the type that's gonna try to help somebody before I hurt somebody, but I also understand who I am, and I don't fit into what this world says is popular or good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I love God for real. I'm always aware. That's really what keeps me going. The fact that I know God saw everything. He heard every conversation. He saw what everybody did. That is literally what keeps me going, y'all. Because I know a lot of people think whatever about me and say whatever, and you listen to this person and you think this person got it all put together, and this person would never lie and they would never do that, when they got a hidden agenda the whole time as to why they doing what they doing and saying what they saying. And nobody don't even sit there and think about this. You never saying nothing about this other person. They always saying something about you, and these people believe in these people. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? It's insane. So I don't get that. That don't make me feel good tearing somebody else down. It don't do nothing for me. You understand what I'm saying? I guess it does benefit some people that are out here like I said, if you got a certain knowledge, either you're gonna use that knowledge or resources to either help somebody, or you can use it to take advantage of people. And unfortunately, we live in a world, well, from what I've seen and experienced, most people are gonna take that latter choice as far as taking advantage of people. Why people do that? It all leads back to some type of insecurity within yourself at the end of the day. Because when you comfortable with who you are and content with who you are, I feel like in your heart, right, you just ain't gonna be out here trying to hurt other people, man. You should be scared to do that because of the kickback that might come with it. That's gonna come with it. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, if you don't like somebody else for whatever reason, even for a legitimate reason, just stay away from them, man. You ain't gotta speak bad on them. You ain't gotta just put on no big show about it. Just remove yourself away from them. And boom, I'm gonna skip subject. We're gonna talk about relationships briefly. From what I've observed, first of all, I ain't no relationship expert by no means, but I just see like, how I view it is like, it ain't about like you and your partner having a whole lot in common, and you might have your own interests, they might have their own interests, but the common thread that you must have is respect. Because see, when you got respect, you don't want to lie to yourself, you don't want to lie to the person you with. That's the common ground to build anything off of, as far as I'm concerned. On the show Drink Champs, they always ask that question, what do you prefer, respect over loyalty? To me, it's a no-brainer. I'm surprised at how many people say loyalty. I get it, the importance of loyalty, but you gotta walk past respect to get to loyalty. What do I mean by that? Basically, let's say it like this. Let's say you out in the public, right? And let's say you in Walmart, you just mistakenly bump into somebody by mistake. and you say, oh, excuse me. Respect is what causes you to say, oh, excuse me. My bad. That's a respect thing. I don't know this person from a can of paint. But respect says, say, you know, you sorry for that or whatever. We can't even get the loyalty unless we done built a relationship with each other. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't expect a person I just met to be loyal, but you can still be respectful for a person you just met. So that sums that up right there. So, but I can't remember why I really just started talking about that. But anyway, yo, I'm gonna leave that at that for now. I'm gonna pause this and I'm gonna come right back. All right, y'all. Next thing, I just want to say, man. If you don't have discernment, pray that God give you that discernment. And discernment in a nutshell, just really being able to assess situations properly. Because, like I said, we live in a world of tricksters, y'all. And because of that, and I wonder, do people really understand that? Let me say this. You think the devil is gonna come in a red suit with a pitchfork when he might have on, it's a much higher chance of him gonna have on a 3-piece suit. And he's gonna be clean as a pen, he's gonna be eloquent, charismatic, all that. But they literally the devil. That's what makes them a trickster. You know, you can't be a trickster if you all obvious at what you know what I'm saying? All obvious with it, looking like a trickster, whatever a trickster's supposed to look like. And the flip side of that is, let me say this. The devil cloaks his soldiers, but God cloaks his soldiers too. You understand what I'm saying? With that being said, like I said, you might think the devil's gonna have on a red suit and a pitchfork, just like you might think that true man of God is gonna have on come dressed to the T and all that, and he might have on a dirty shirt, dirty pants, looking what you think looking disheveled and crazy, and that's the true chosen one. That's the true man of God. Because why? God bases this stuff off of our heart, not off our outer appearance. He don't care what you got. Like if I say I don't care what you got, that ain't no knock against you, or I don't care about material stuff like that. Don't get me right. Nothing wrong with having nice things. And I like nice stuff, but I just don't worship it, man. I told a family member this years and years ago. Money just don't, it don't do it for me like that, because I understand it's a tool. Yes, you can use it to do a lot of things with, you know what I'm saying? But I always looked at the flip side of it. I see how people betray people over it, stab each other in the back over it. So that makes it a little less enticing to me. It's a tool. And you know, and we all want something. Let me keep it a buck. Who wants to be broke and destitute? I don't think nobody wants that, but y'all get what I'm saying. So I just I'm not selling my soul for no money. If I'd have did that, I'd have been rich a long time ago. You understand what I'm saying? And so, I don't know, man. Y'all see what I'm trying to say, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't get all my words together sometimes, but you see where I'm going with it. But anyway, man, so just another thing, man. You know, a lot of people, you know, we've been taught things like tarot is taboo. And don't listen to that's of the devil. That's absolute nonsense. I don't care what your field you're in, what industry you're in, it's always gonna go back to the person. Y'all know, just like I know. It don't matter if it's a teacher, preacher, tarot card reader, it don't matter. It's all about the spirit of that person is what it's gonna boil down to. Tarot has helped me in a lot of ways. I've heard things, I couldn't understand certain things that were going on in my life and why this happened and why that happened. And to a degree, I still don't understand everything, but by me listening to certain things that I've heard on this very platform, it really helped enlighten me on a lot of things, and it made sense. To the average person, it ain't gonna make sense. See, understand that It's a difference between living to get money and living with purpose. If you know without a shadow of doubt you was put here for a purpose and not just to get some money, I guarantee you. See, that's why a lot of people can't relate to people that say they're chosen ones or they move the way they move. They can't because they don't understand they have a purpose. As soon as you know, hey, I'm here for a reason. I got a purpose. Whatever that purpose is, to inspire people, whatever. And then you're gonna move different. Once you become aware of that, you're gonna move different. You may not be around the same people. They're gonna say, oh, you changed, you acting funny, you think you better than somebody. And it ain't got nothing to do with that. You know you can't do the things you used to do. You can't move how you used to move. And a person that's really down with you, they're gonna understand and they still gonna ride with you. But if a person just move away from you or just don't want to have nothing to do with you or start acting funny towards you because you changed for the better, that was somebody you did you have to understand. You ain't gotta hate them. God bless you. You know what I'm saying? You go your way, I go mine, man. Ain't gotta be no hate. But at the end of the day, that lets me know that person really didn't have my back like that to begin with. And if that's the case, that confirms that I'm probably doing the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Moving the way I'm moving. So, you know. And so, what else do I want to talk about, y'all? I don't know. Hold up. We'll get back. All right, hold on. I'll be right back. You know, if you was to ask most people would they sell their soul for money, most people would probably say no. But I learned from my observation, part of this matrix or this earthly realms thing is tricking you into selling your soul without you realizing you sell your soul. Let me give you an example. It's one thing to go on a job and just, you don't want to do something just because you don't feel like doing it. Something you was told to do or instructed to do, you just don't feel like doing it. But it's another thing if what you're being asked to do is something in your heart you feel like it's immoral. This ain't right, what they asking me to do. I don't feel right about this. And if you go on through with it, you're selling your soul. You know what I'm saying? You're not intentionally selling your soul. You're doing, you're trying to make your money, so you're just trying to do what you gotta do. But that's how they trick you into selling your soul. Let's say for example, let's say it's a teacher, and whoever's above you, the superintendent, whoever, principal, whatever, they saying, oh, you have to instruct them to this way, and you have to teach them this material. Let's say whatever the material is something you feel like is not right for whatever reason, but they telling you got to do this in order to keep your job. And I'll take it on another level with the pandemic. It's behind us now, so I'm gonna talk about it. The pandemic, because it was planned. That was a social experiment. There's no doubt in my mind about it. How can they, I'm the type of person, I'm like a curious George. I mind my business, but when it comes to certain things, I'm gonna just research stuff. I mean, it's just automatically in me. You ain't gonna just tell me something. I'm gonna look it up for myself and see if that's the case. With that being said, when all that came about, you know what I'm saying, I said, let me look up vaccines and see what's the average. And I think, I'll have to look this up again. I think it said it takes like 10 to 12 years to develop a vaccine. I could be wrong about that, but it was a nice increment of time. So when they was like saying, everybody got to take this shot, and they were just pushing it real quick, I'm like, hold on, I knew immediately something was wrong with that picture. First of all, understand who's benefiting from telling you to do that. These drug companies made billions upon billions upon billions. You think that ain't have a big factor in why they told you to do that? You are absolutely nuts. You're crazy. You should never, what you put in your body is your choice. Nobody should never tell you gotta put, I don't know what you got in that drug. I don't know what especially based off of the history of this country and the oppression and all this crazy stuff. I already don't trust a lot of stuff. But then when you say it like that, I'm even not, my radar's antennas going up even higher. You understand what I'm saying? So This social engineering, man, this is just like, it's all about controlling people. That's what it's all about. I don't know what is this obsession with trying to control other people. And the people that do that can't even control their damn self. They all out of line, out of whack, traumatized, not realizing they traumatized, taking it out on other people. It's really absolutely nuts, y'all. But, you know, this the world we live in, y'all. So, but y'all leads back to what I originally was saying. Know who you are. Know who God made you to be. And don't get caught up in the hype. It's social media, man. You know, everything, all these things that are presented to be great things, and they can be great things if you use it in the right way. You know, if you got something you're trying to promote, of course, social media is good. It's a way to reach out to a lot of other people. But the stuff they doing, man, all this, like, you can see the underbelly of what it's all. I can, you know, get people to look at what everybody else. It's all about distraction, y'all. Distracting you off. Well, I ain't gonna say distracting you off your purpose. It can if you allow it, but most of it's all about distractions. Look at all these and I ain't knocking nobody's podcast or nothing like that, man. If you doing your thing, you making your money, and you ain't out here trying to hurt nobody, it's all good, man. But at the same time, man, just really stop and think about what I'm saying, man. Just think about all these podcasts, and most of it is about gossiping about other people's business. That person need to give you permission to talk about what's going on with them. You think just because this person's a popular person or a celebrity, that it gives you the right to talk about their business? I don't get all that, man. You know what I'm saying? If a person go on a podcast and they choose to talk about their own life and speak their truth about people they've been connected to, that's one thing. But you got all these people, all these, you know, I ain't hating on nobody. Like I said, man, if you getting a lot of views based off just talking about other people's business, then good for you. You know what I'm saying? But it does slightly feel some kind of way. Like a person like me, I'm an innovator. I'm a creator, man. The proof is on my channel. So I mean, so you can debate it and disagree, cool. You know what I'm saying? The proof is there. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the creator, we should get, you know, what we deserve for what we do. Nobody else should benefit off of your skill or your talent more than you. And we live in a world where certain people think they're supposed to benefit off of you more than you, when you're the one making the machine go. You understand what I'm saying? So that's a big deal, man. And just gotta recognize it, man. And with that being said, and that's a big part of another reason why we gotta stick together more, man, and recognize these things and build our own situation so we don't have to lean on people that's clearly taking advantage of us. That's why they want us divided. Because as long as we stay divided, we ain't gonna build these things up ourselves where we don't have to use them and worry about how they gonna manipulate stuff. They know this, and they keep getting away with it. And I know it ain't easy to break away from these systems, man, because it's everywhere. They got all the money, the majority of it, and they not doing the right thing with it. You know, I want to speak on some I'm skipping subjects again, but I gotta speak on this too, man. What I see when I look at the media, man, is absolutely disgusting. It is propaganda city. And for y'all don't know what propaganda is, basically, propaganda will have some truth to it, but it'll have half-truths. You know, where you tell this side of the story, but you ain't telling the other side of the story. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's what you, in a nutshell, in the media. Like when I see stuff about what's going on in my hometown, you understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. By no means do I condone crime, especially violent crime on any level. But when you try to make the black man and the black woman the face of crime, just think about the local news. And I ain't trying to knock the people that work for the news and nothing like that, but I can't help it. I'm talking about how I see it and how I view the situation. You know, like I said, we not condoning no crime or no violent crime in any way. But You want to make, every time I turn the news, you just got black people. Don't get me wrong, you showing other races too. I don't want to make it like it's all about black, but I can just see the agenda behind something. I can see something for more than what's just face value. What do I mean? Basically, okay, if you get caught selling drugs, you got caught selling drugs. I'm not gonna condone that. If you stealing, no, you shouldn't be stealing. You should pay a penalty for that. But you got other races of people that are stealing millions and billions of dollars daily. Right in your face, or misappropriating funds, taking advantage of people. All that, you never see their faces on the news. The hidden hands with all the money, but they grimy people and they slime balls, but you will never see their face on the news. But a person that has done much lesser crime, they'll have they rinse and repeat all day, show their faces on the news over and over. Do y'all think this is not an agenda? You are absolutely crazy. You can talk about anything on the news. And I noticed the variances, there's two different, well, there's about 3 different local news stations, but I noticed a big variance between a couple of them. One in particular, that's all they talk about, crime, show crime, the whole channel. That's what it is pretty much. At least the other one, they show other things. They gonna talk about the crime, yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But basically, when did the news get turned into a crime show? You understand what I'm saying? There's other stuff you can talk about. This is an agenda. If you see black people on the news every day getting locked up for something, that's their way of, I ain't gonna say, if you did, like I said, if you did something, you did it. But the hidden agenda is to devalue you. We're gonna make them be seen as the criminals, the bad guys. We still back here stealing all this money, misappropriating all these funds, but we gonna keep putting them out here so they can look like they the face of crime. This is what's going on. They know it, I know it, and a lot of other people know it. So this is the problem. This is, you know, it's certain stuff I want to say detailed about what's going on in my hometown, but I ain't gonna go there right now in this video. But the ones that know. It's a lot of shady, cornball, clown stuff that's been going on for a long time. And I want to say something else. I want to give a shout out to Kareem Moore, the mayor of Kinston, North Carolina. I'm riding with you, brother. I see what they done did to you, bro. I see what they doing, and it's BS. I'm riding with you. I really believe you wanted to make a change to this town, and the people voted you in, so obviously we all wanted change. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to say that, man. I'm riding with you, brother. I wish you the best, and I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And another thing in the news, they trying to make Kinston the place of crime, and I know there's another hidden agenda behind that. They're trying to make him look bad, so they can say when his term is about up and it's time for another election, oh, the crime got way worse under him. Boy, it's some stuff I want to say right now so bad, but it's something telling me not to say, and it damn so ain't because I'm scared. I don't give a damn at this point. Whatever gonna happen, man, to me. Because I've been done dirty so many times when I didn't deserve it. Once again, I don't mind taking accountability if I did something wrong. You know what I'm saying? I never minded that. But certain people want you to, they want to feel like they're going to put the fear of God in you. You ain't going to talk about that. We're going to do so-and-so to you. I don't care, man. I am divinely protected by the Most High God for real. God is in my heart for real. I talk to him every day for real. I've been doing this for a long time. So you can't sun me or think you gonna do whatever, make me feel some kind of way. You can't hurt my feelings. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I done been what people think is humiliated so much in my life, but that was their attempt. But it might have felt some kind of way, but you ain't gonna break me. The turntables might wobble, but they don't fall down, baby. That's what it is. God put a different type of chip in me, man. It ain't no game. You understand? I know I was put on this earth to be more than a pawn in somebody else's chess game, man. And a lot of y'all that's looking at this, it's the same for you, but you gotta know that. You got to know your value. Or somebody else gonna know your value and take advantage of it. That's how it works. But when you know your value, nobody ain't gonna play with you, and you stand up for yourself, once again, you're the bad guy. You're the bad guy. Even though we know you're not really the bad guy, you're really the good guy. But based off this matrix and this world's way of thinking and doing things, you the bad guy. You're supposed to fit in with the crowd and walk how they walk, talk how they talk, move how they move. How boring would this world be if not for the innovators or the creators of this world? Come on, man. God put it in you for a reason, man. And it want to be stepped over and walked on by nobody else. So, you know, I know that's why sometimes I don't do a lot of talking videos. I know I can get to rambling, y'all. You know, it is what it is, man. But just know my heart is in the right place. And every time I get up here, it ain't I don't even care about attention. I don't really care about fame, none of that. I'm surprised people even want fame. The way people try to break down, I can understand wanting the money that comes with it, but fame itself, to me, I don't even see the purpose of it unless you're using that fame to help somebody else or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. I know everybody ain't thinking like that. But to me, I'd much rather, especially if I'm rich, I want to be somewhere enjoying that in peace somewhere, and you understand what I'm saying? So I don't, you know, but that's a matter of opinion. But anyway, y'all, is there anything else I want to say? Just know, y'all, once again, my whole purpose let me get back to something else. This channel, understand, you may not be able to realize it off first face value or whatever, but understand a big part of my channel is about healing. It may not be obvious, but that's a lot of what it's about. So you say, how is it about healing, Changes? One, the relaxation videos, nature videos, stuff like that I do, that's about relaxing. Nature heals. Hearing calming things, seeing something that's beautiful to the eye, it relaxes you. You know what I'm saying? That's a healing thing. Even with the mixes that I do, that was about, you know, putting the spotlight on people that have done things that a lot of people weren't aware of. You know, putting the spotlight on the talent that's from here, from this area. You know, maybe you forgot your worth. Maybe you was, you know, feeling real good about yourself at one point. Maybe you done took a few blows in life and you feeling kind of down. And this, you know, for all my guys that are artists, you know, maybe that's the kind of doing that kind of sparks something in you to remember who you was and the gift and the talent God gave you. You understand what I'm saying? So to me, that's kind of a healing thing too. Letting you know somebody didn't forget about you and they heard what you did. That can help heal a person's heart and mind. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a big part of, I want people to feel good, man. I want to feel good about myself. I want you to feel good about yourself too. So, you know, I don't know, what else I gotta say, y'all? I don't even know, man. But just, if y'all want to donate to the channel, man, hit me up on Cash.app, ChangeZCustumz, that's ChangeZCustumz, and it is under the description box of this video if you didn't catch that. So I think I'm gonna end it here, y'all, man. Y'all stay up, man, and stay away from negative people trying to always stir up stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't good for none of us, man. So, man, I love y'all, man, for real, man. This changes. We out of here. Peace.